This is iaguz. Of course, our blue bros play in the upper left hand corner here on Echo. The new map in the map pool, or one of the new maps in the map pool I should say. Adonminus. These maps which have such a tight surround, so you can't go Adonminus very well if you don't move the mouse initially. But now I've learnt my mistake and I'll fix it for the introduction of the red Terran player down to the right hand corner. The final hope of Root Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. iaguz. TVP once again. Massa was unsuccessful in taking down that Israeli Protoss player representing Cascade here. Can iaguz do it? Can he bring us to game number 7? That would be one hell of a sight to see Root and Cascade in game 7. I mean, Cascade, a team you always have to associate with the SC2 Improved Team League. Finalists in 2 previous seasons, never champions. They lost to Mine Sanity back in Season 1. In Season 3 they lost to Startail. Season 2 was a disappointing end for them as they just missed out on the playoffs by map score, which could very well still be what happens to them even if they do win here today. Which is why even this very map could be very important for them, just to put them a little bit further ahead on map score than the other teams contending at the same kind of matches when all is said and done. Again, we're a few too many results away from seeing exactly how things will pan out, but possibilities, man, possibilities. Command center morphs into an orbital here for iaguz, and for now there is no gas for our Terran players. It's going to be a pretty fast expand as over to the top left hand side of the map. Just a cybercore on the way, no second gas this time around, and it's going to be seen a pretty fast expand from Adonminus, it would seem. So yeah, pretty standard early game, I guess. Not really, I guess we don't see gases. I mean, we've actually seen a lot more on Rax FE lately than usual. But still, Reaper is generally the most standard way of playing, but one Rax FE isn't super weird or anything. Seeing that go down, we'll see probably a couple of barracks to follow it up, could just be one. See how iaguz is feeling, see how he wants to play it out, see if he wants to play with the faster tech or whether he does just want to play with the kind of strong bio opening, so we will see. As this SCV across the map looks to get some stuff done. And there's the APMs for you guys. Average for Adonminus 85, 4 minutes into this game. You guys very interested in the APMs. You can also watch it down the bottom right hand corner where I don't have a unit selected. So yeah, not really too much to say apart from there was the 2 racks follow up from iaguz. He puts down a gas as well, so I mean it's a very standard way to play a 1 racks FE. I guess the second gas would generally be taken around this time as well. So that's the only real difference right now from what we used to see way back in Wings of Liberty, pretty much every single game in Terran vs Protoss. Game music is quite loud. Again, I want a new setup here, guys, so let me just turn things down a little bit more. And, no, not the most volume, let's just turn down music a little bit more. Because, again, I'm on a new system, I'm still trying to get the balance right and everything, so do continue to let us know about the sound levels if they're still a bit too loud or so, let us know, and do my best to fix them up for you guys as we go along here. Stargate plays down in the top left for Adonminus, and he's going to be getting that out. And I mean, this is no real surprise. If you've watched Adonminus through the seasons of SC2 Improved Team League, he has been a player who has always, and I mean always, gone and gone into Stargate playing TVP and or in PvT, and he loves it. He loves going for Phoenix, Colossus as his composition. And generally we'll see him use it every game, which means we pretty much do always see the Stargate openings. But again, we saw in the last game sometimes he likes to play them a little bit more trickly by proxying them and just trying to win the game early on. So Adonminus showing us a little bit of variety here. Stargate, but in his main base, Robo facility on the way up as well, and expecting a fairly fast Robo Bay down when he can afford it, so he can start heading into the Colossus production, which will probably build up towards his Phoenix Colossus composition in towards the mid game. Oracle going to head across the map, and for now, I mean, there's no real reason that iaguz should suspect this is coming, but I mean, he can pretty much assume that there's the potential for a Oracle to be coming out, and so he's got a few Marines positioned in his natural. In his main base he's got 6 Marines as well, so he'll be more than fine when this Oracle flies in. He shouldn't take really any damage at all, maybe a couple of workers here and there, but nothing too major, and for now he actually deflects it without the Oracle even activating its pulsar beam. So we're just going to move around and again look for more opportunities to maybe come in, get some damage done. The Robo Bay has been dropped, so Adonminus begins to tech up behind this as we would expect him to do, and he's just going to move away now if the Oracle can't get any damage done. It's better to keep it alive and use it later than just throw it away and sacrifice it to get a couple of SEV kills. I mean, later on, going to be useful as a tool for revelation. Just keep an eye on where his opponent is going. It means he doesn't have to build quite as many observers. He actually invested in a second Oracle here, right? Okay, so that's quite interesting too. So now he actually can come in and engage this. He's going to come in, engage these Marines. He's going to take down all 6 of them, and can't really. Well, I guess he can move forward a little bit further actually, because there's not really anything here to stop him. Whoa! Big mistake by Adonminus. He's going to lose both of those. And iaguz cleans that up, and that's a huge mistake, losing both of his oracles for absolutely no reason at all. And I mean, he was doing a great job. He cleaned out some Marines, he's cleaned out the SCVs a little bit. That's a big investment to now gain nothing further from. The second Stargate on the way up, as again we kind of expect him to go for, because he likes to play this Phoenix Colossus style. I don't like the position of the Robo or the Stargates here. They're very susceptible to drops. You know, drops into the main. These are going to be the first targets before the mineral line or anything, so they're very easily picked off compared to, say, the Robo facility over here, which is very far away from the very common drop in positions. So not much of a fan of his building positioning right now, as we do see the first few building across the map. Stim pack has finished. You can see a Stim in here to try and get some damage done. He's going to try and go through this gap. He tries to. The one Marine which makes it through gets shot down pretty quickly. He's going to keep going for it, and he's going to go for the Colossus, but it's going to be a bit of a bait, honestly, by Adonminus, who, with throw an overcharge and a nice time warp, is going to be able to just clean this up. And yes, some workers are being killed here, but really not too many. 4 workers killed. There's the APMs for you guys again. A little bit further in this game. Almost at 100 now for Adonminus. So, yeah, just +1 weapons bar finish up for iaguz. I mean, I quite like his position here. He lost a lot of army just then for no real reason. But beyond that, I mean, his +1 weapons is nice and early, which is even nicer against Phoenix Colossi than other compositions, because it means you're actually going to have a huge lead on upgrades. So that comes in. Second NG Bay armory on the way up to continue the upgrades, of course. Third command center coming in, and I mean, there's a third Nexus being dropped pretty quickly. This Phoenix trying to get some damage done. They'll pick up a couple of Marines, Stim coming in, and we'll get some damage off on these, forcing them away for now. One more Phoenix popping out again. He's got double Stargates. He's producing 2 Phoenix at a time. 10 Thermal that's finished. 2 Colossi out on the map. He's actually going to look for a medevac kill. He's going to grab one. He's going to grab these Marines as well. And this has actually been a disastrous trade so far by iaguz. He's lost absolutely everything. Oh my god. Well, not everything, but I mean pretty much everything. Both medevacs and the majority of his Marines. Phoenix getting some serious work done over here so far. And look at that resources lost tab. 2,550 resources lost for iaguz, who has just been thrown away, buy units after buy units, and now even a couple of medevacs as well. We mentioned this earlier. We must have seen a TVP earlier, because I remember seeing this earlier today. What's our first match today? Kakos against Kalazur. Kakos played Phoenix Colossus as well, and you know, remember, I mean, I was mentioning, you know, it's really important to keep your medevacs alive early on, because early on with your medevacs, what you want to try and achieve is, you know, is harassment, but keeping them alive so that you only ever need 4 early, and then you can go into Vikings and just mass up Vikings. It's more important against Phoenix Colossi than any other Protoss composition. So to lose his first 2 medevacs is going to either slow down his Viking production, or put him in a position where he just doesn't have enough medevacs. And we saw in the Kalazur game, when you don't have enough medevacs, if your armies are extended a couple of times, it's suddenly very, very weak. So that's something which iaguz needs to keep an eye on here. He's just got 2 medevacs, 1 Viking being made. He has got 2 starboards, so just a bit of a supply block here, which is stopping him from making those 4 Vikings at a time as the Phoenix move out onto the map, and they are going hunting for anything which is kind of a little bit stray from the main army. Phoenix continue to move around, and they will be looking for another medevac here, which they do get. Doesn't lose a Phoenix, just a little bit of shields on a couple of them. And Again, just moving around, looking to see what they can pick off. The Vikings here will go down in trick. Exchange for Phoenix. They're fairly nice.